This guy is going to take the CELPIP exam, and he has sent me an email asking me, Mark, I'm going to take the CELPIP exam and I want some practice for the listening part of the exam. Can you recommend some things to help me practice for the listening part of the exam? Well, that is a great question. I have a really good suggestion that I would like to share with you. And that suggestion is the Fifth Estate. Have you ever heard of this? It's a TV show it's done by the CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, okay? That's the Canadian news company, or the most popular Canadian news company, okay? That's its logo up there. You've probably seen CBC News if you've been in Canada for at least a few days or a few weeks. You've seen this on TV, but you may have never actually seen the Fifth Estate. Okay, so what is it? Well, it's basically documentaries. Okay, CBC makes documentaries called The Fifth Estate, and the documentaries are usually about 40 minutes long. Okay, so they're a really nice length. You can just sit down with a cup of tea and enjoy a good documentary. Now, the reason I would recommend The Fifth Estate is because it's all about Canadian topics. Okay, everything in the show is about Canadian things. So that's really great. I mean, you're doing two things then, right? You're improving your listening skills and you're learning about Canadian topics. So you're killing two birds with one stone. Have you ever heard that idiom before? Killing two birds with one stone. That means you're accomplishing two things by doing one thing. Okay, so I think the Fifth Estate is a great way to do that. All these documentaries are about different things to do with Canada, like politics, history, crimes, First Nations issues. Okay, so I think you're going to learn a lot by watching the Fifth Estate. Hey, here's one that I watched recently on YouTube. It's about polygamy in Canada. Do you know what polygamy is? Polygamy is when a person has more than one husband or wife. Wow, this goes on in Canada. Did you know that? There's a group of people living on the BC-Alberta border. They live in the mountains, sort of far away from everyone. And there is a lot of polygamy that goes on in this group. The men have many wives, even though that's illegal. It's technically illegal under Canadian law, but this is happening. So very interesting documentary. Okay, so all the Fifth Estate documentaries are just on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube, search for the Fifth Estate. You can subscribe to their channel. I'll put the link to the channel down there in the description in case you can't find the right YouTube account. Okay, but yeah, all of them are just YouTube videos that you can watch while you're falling asleep or whatever. That's what I would recommend. I would say you should watch a documentary every night while you fall asleep. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes I put my head down on the pillow and I just sort of fall asleep while I'm watching one of these documentaries. Like I said, I mean, this is, I think, a great suggestion for you to improve your listening skills. Hey, I really want to help you guys. I know the CELPIP exam is very hard and there are not that many resources online, so I just really want to help you do well. And I appreciate all the support that you've given me as well by watching my YouTube videos, buying my books, my CELPIP speaking book and my writing book. So thank you so much. I really hope you do well on the exam. But I want to know, do you understand English documentaries? When you watch some of these, do you think it's easy to understand? I think you should be able to understand these documentaries before you take the CELPIP exam. If you don't understand anything in these documentaries, I mean, that might mean you're not ready for the exam. It depends on what score you want to get. But if you want to get a high score, it should be very easy for you to understand these kinds of documentaries. So hey, I hope you have a great time watching these. Let me know your answer to this question down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.